Welcome back to Explain the Charts. Today we're going to be taking a look at the AUDUSD currency pair and what the charts are telling us, as well as how the current market sentiment might be impacting the pair. We'll be going through both the news and the chart data, so get ready for an in-depth analysis of AUDUSD. AUDUSD has been on a volatile journey in recent weeks, and today is no different as global economic uncertainty and interest rate expectations continue to influence the market. The Australian dollar is often seen as a risk-on currency, meaning its performance is strongly linked to global risk appetite and commodity demand, especially in Asia. Recent news suggests that the Aussie dollar has been trading within a range, with some resistance near the 0.6850 level, and analysts are expecting continued volatility as global economic factors continue to play a major role in its direction. Let's take a look at the daily chart to see how this recent volatility is reflected in the price action. Right now, the daily chart shows that AUDUSD is trading around the 0.6650 level. We can see a clear bearish trend line forming on the daily chart, which has been acting as resistance for the past couple of weeks. The recent pullback from 0.6941 and a break of the 0.6621 resistance suggest a bearish reversal might be underway, which is in line with the current market sentiment. The recent fall from 0.8006 could be the second leg of a larger bearish pattern, possibly targeting the 2020 low of 0.5506. A firm break of the 0.7156 resistance would signal the start of the third leg of this pattern. However, we need to consider the possibility of a corrective pattern or even a trend reversal in the long term. Looking at the last few weeks on the daily chart, we can see AUDUSD has tested the 0.6621 support level multiple times, and the fact that it hasn't broken through it yet suggests that there could be some buying interest at that price level. However, with the bearish trend line in place, a sustained break below the 0.6621 support could potentially lead to a deeper fall back to the 0.6269/6348 support zone. Let's shift our attention to the 1-hour chart and examine the more recent price action in more detail. It will be interesting to see if AUDUSD manages to break through the bearish trend line on the daily chart, or if the bearish pressure will continue to drive it down. Switching to the 1-hour chart, we can get a clearer picture of what might happen in the short term. The 1-hour chart reveals some intriguing patterns and price action that are worth noting. We see a clear consolidation pattern forming over the past few hours, with AUDUSD trading between 0.6640 and 0.6660. This consolidation pattern could suggest that the market is trying to find direction, but it's still too early to say whether the consolidation will result in a breakout or a breakdown. The 1-hour chart shows a recent recovery, turning the intraday bias neutral. However, further decline is expected as long as the 0.6758 resistance holds. A break below the 0.6657 level would resume the bearish trend. Let's zoom in on the last 12 hours of the 1-hour chart to observe the price action more closely. Zooming in, we can see that AUDUSD has been making higher highs and higher lows in recent hours. This suggests that the short-term bias might be shifting towards bullish. However, it's important to remember that the overall trend on the daily chart is still bearish. The bearish trend line on the daily chart could act as a ceiling for the potential upward movement on the 1-hour chart. Therefore, we need to be cautious about placing any long positions without proper risk management strategies. It's essential to stay alert and monitor both the daily and 1-hour charts to get a comprehensive understanding of the market dynamics. Let's shift our focus to the 15-minute chart and see how the price action is developing on a shorter time frame. The 15-minute chart reveals some choppy price action, which could indicate indecision in the market. We can see that AUDUSD has been trading within a narrow range over the past few hours, with support around 0.6630 and resistance near 0.6640. The fact that the price is bouncing around these levels suggests that both buyers and sellers are active in the market. The market seems to be waiting for a catalyst to break out of this range. Let's examine the 15-minute chart from the past 6 hours to see if there are any clues about the potential direction. Looking at the recent price action on the 15-minute chart, We see that AUDUSD has been consolidating around 0.6640, with support around 0.6630. The fact that the price is bouncing around these levels suggests that both buyers and sellers are active in the market. If AUDUSD can break above the 0.6640 resistance level on the 15-minute chart, it might signal a potential breakout to the upside, which could extend to the 0.6650 level. However, if the price fails to break above the resistance and falls below the 0.6630 support level, it might suggest a breakdown, and further bearish pressure could drive it down. It's crucial to observe the price action carefully and look for any significant volume or momentum shifts that could indicate a potential change in trend. In conclusion, we have observed that AUDUSD is currently trading in a volatile market with both bullish and bearish signals evident. The daily chart reveals a bearish trend line, while the 1-hour chart shows consolidation and a potential shift towards bullish. The 15-minute chart indicates choppy price action and a potential breakout or breakdown. Key price levels to watch include the 0.6621 support level on the daily chart and the 0.6640 resistance level on the 15-minute chart. If AUDUSD breaks above the 0.6640 resistance level, it could suggest a bullish trend reversal, while a sustained break below 0.6621 could signal a deeper bearish decline. Overall, the market sentiment remains bearish, but the short-term bias might be shifting towards bullish. Keep a close eye on the price action, particularly around the key price levels, and watch for any significant volume or momentum shifts that could indicate a change in trend. Remember, trading involves inherent risks, so always use proper risk management strategies and trade responsibly.